To some of us, life within the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia may seem a bit puritanical. In the capital city of Riyadh, for example, there isn't much to do in the way of entertainment. There are no theaters, no bars, no dance clubs of any kind, essentially nowhere to hang out. And this lack of extracurricular activities might make for a boring Saturday night. But of course, the basis for this is a deep commitment to the values of Islam, the state religion. Being the home of Mecca, Saudi Arabia has a uniquely strong devotion to Islam. Daily life is paused 5 times a day for prayer, about 30 minutes each time, and everything shuts down. Banks, stores, agencies of government, whatever. And the prayer times change every day as they're correlated to the position of the sun, so in order to keep up, a number of people use smartphone apps to keep on schedule. And yes, even in such a rigid environment, an incredible 67% of people use smartphones. Now, that doesn't mean that citizens have full access to the internet. Saudi Arabia censors all media publications, online or on paper, to make sure they employ civil and polite language. And the citizens are encouraged to report pornographic content, but in Saudi Arabia, this could mean a Maxim magazine cover. It all follows from the harsh restrictions imposed on women in the country. Now, women can't drive, they can't be seen in public without a floor-length black robe called an abaya, and outside of their husbands and immediate families, they can't talk to men in public without the risk of being locked up. Because of this, many restaurants and shops are segregated. Some places even have special times when women are allowed to shop. In some Western-style compounds, many of these rules are not imposed, and women can have a less rigid lifestyle. It only has to be behind a fence. The oil industry dominates Saudi Arabia's job market, but many millions of people who work in it are foreigners. Still, as the biggest oil exporter in the world, the Saudi Arabian monarchy has enough money to give generous gifts to its citizens, like free schooling and paying off their debts. The current king plied his people with handouts like these during the Arab Spring, scared that uprisings spreading throughout the region would come to Saudi Arabia too. This didn't stop protests, however. A number of citizens spoke out to say that they didn't want more gifts, they wanted more rights. And this isn't to say that revolution would have reached Saudi Arabia without these gifts. The question of whether or not people are happy under the current system is up for debate. Some buy into the rigid system and find its principles and beliefs liberating. Others find it oppressive and restricting. Like anywhere else, the people of Saudi Arabia have their own personal opinions about what makes a good life. But as time goes on, some of these beliefs are shifting.